happy I am right now to be actually recording, y'all. I took somewhat of a break, but I think it was for a good reason. I had a few transitions happening in my life, so I decided to come on camera and give you guys a little life update. If you guys have been following my journey, then y'all know I do one of these life updates like once or twice a year, just to kind of keep you guys in the loop on what's going on. Before today, I will be doing my little makeup. I won't be like telling you guys everything I use because I feel like my makeup routine is pretty much still the same. I still use like my Estee Lauder Double Wear NYX NYX products. So yeah, nothing has really changed. I'm just gonna kind of do my makeup and just talk to you guys about what's been happening since the last I talked to you guys about my life update, living with my parents up until now in this new city where I live. So let's get right into it. So let's start, I guess, from October 2021. I feel like that was like a very big month for me because that was when I decided to leave Dallas, Texas, and to move back in with my parents. And I think that in itself was really a transition because I basically had lived on my own for like 10 years. You know, I went to college away for 4 years, and then I basically lived in Dallas for about 6 years. I'd say like I lived away from home for like 10 years, okay? So then COVID hit. There was a really bad winter storm, and just like a lot of different things started happening when I was in Dallas, and I was just like, okay, maybe I need to take a step back. Maybe I need to move back in with my parents. And of course, my parents were on board with me moving back home. They were very excited. They were like, girl, your room is still here. Like, no other kids are in this house. Like, please come back home if you want to come home. Overall, you know, like living with my parents, I feel like it was really good for me because I love my parents to death, y'all. So living with them and being home, being able to have dinner with my parents in the evenings and stuff, I feel like that was really good. But then I was also able to like save money while working. About maybe 2 months after I moved back home, I started a job. That was in December of 2021. So I started a new job, and I was really excited about that because I did not want to like go back home and then be stagnant, not doing anything. So I pretty much found a job like right away. And it ended up being a field-based job. I was a health consultant and I was stationed at a hospital. And I worked that job, and I'd say I really did learn a lot in that job. However, being on the road and being in some of those little country cities, I was like, why did I just leave Dallas and come back to this? I was like, oh my God, what have I just done? Okay, so that's kind of the feeling that I started to have after a while, just kind of being in that role. But again, I think I had met one of the goals that I wanted for myself because I really wanted to work for a hospital and kind of see what that was like. So I gained a lot of experience there. So while I was working, like for the next year or so, you know, I was saving money and just pretty much living my best life, right? Like I'm back at home, my family, I'm working. I felt like everything was pretty much good. And that's kind of when my fiance and I started dating. So I'm not going to get into like this whole spiel, but me and my fiance, we knew of each other back in high school, and we actually went to 2 different high schools, and then we reconnected as we were both going through transitions in life. So he was moving to Texas, I was moving back to Louisiana. So we kind of started dating and hanging out. And then the following year, I got to go meet his family in December of 2022 in the country of Panama. And that was really fun. I have a whole vlog on my channel just about that Panama trip. But that was really fun, y'all. So that was pretty much how like my time was at home. But it definitely, at sometimes, it was definitely like, girl, you need to get your own space again. Because when I moved back with my parents, I was like 27, about to turn 28. And I recently moved out in November. So I moved out when I was 29. So I was really like ready to get my own place because it definitely was different. And I felt like now that I was back home in my hometown, I wasn't seeing things as a kid anymore. I felt like I was seeing a lot of things like an adult. I feel like a lot of things back home had changed. I feel like, you know, we're all older now and we all have different perspectives and we're all, you know, unique in different ways and stuff like that. But I definitely see like being back home, I definitely had like, I don't know if this is like being over exaggerating or not, but I definitely had like black sheep vibes. It was kind of like, I'm so different. Like y'all are so different from me. It definitely was one of those things where it's like, damn, like I'm seeing this as an adult. Like I'm seeing things and people around me as an adult, no longer from a child's view. So yeah, so that was pretty much like my time after that. But I will say, y'all, after I moved back home, my parents, shortly after that, I was like, what the hell did I do? I'm ready to go. I really did enjoy like the quality time with my parents. And then also like my grandpa, y'all, he is the sweetest. I would always go and like bring him some lunch, and like me and him would just talk and stuff. And it's always like really funny talking to grandparents, because when it's just like you and that grandparent, like they tell you things about like their past when they were a kid. And it was just really like cool to kind of like make that connection with my grandfather, which was a little different for me because my grandmother, she passed away in 2018. And so after that, my grandfather became like my last grandparent and my only grandparent. So I feel like over the last couple of years, like me and his relationship has definitely like strengthened. And oh my God, I love my grandpa so much. But it's been so interesting just learning more about him, because I know whenever my grandmother was living, it would be a lot of like me and her going to the store and stuff. But now it's different. Now it was like me and my grandpa hanging out, going to the store. So that was really fun. But let me get back to my story before I forget. And I did write down some notes so I don't like lose myself. But so I was working, hanging out with my fiance, hanging out with my family, and then I was laid off from that job, y'all, in May of 2023. And it wasn't really a huge shock. I made a video about my layoff and like kind of how it happened and everything, but they gave us a 90-day notice. So I knew 90 days before the layoff happened that I was actually getting laid off. So they kind of told us that ahead of time. And then right after that layoff in May of 2023, it was now summertime. And I had 2 trips planned last summer. I had a trip planned in June, and I also had a trip planned in July. So the first trip, I went to Dallas with my family, and then I went to Hawaii for 11 days. Now I got to go to Hawaii with my now fiance, and we went to his best friend's wedding, y'all. And I had no idea that I was gonna get engaged while I was in Hawaii. I also had that vlogged on my channel as well. But yeah, it was just definitely like a surprise, like you think you're going on this little like summer vacation, and you're just going to be a wedding guest, and then you actually get proposed. He proposed to me a few days before his best friend's wedding. So yeah, I just really enjoyed my time there. I feel like we had a lot of fun, and it was very refreshing being that I just got laid off. I needed to kind of get my mind off of it. But in that time, like I said, I was just applying for jobs. I had those vacations lined up. So I had an okay summer for the most part. I mean, it sucked being laid off, but I think having those trips kind of made it a little better for me and a little better for me to handle. And then I got engaged. So like nothing could get better than that. Okay. So my summer ended up being a really, really good summer. And then right after I got back home from that Hawaii trip, my family immediately started planning an engagement party. And I'll be honest, y'all, like I did not even think about having an engagement party yet, because I had just got home, I had just got proposed to, so that wasn't even on my mind yet. But my family had already been talking about it. Once I got home, it was like, girl, we gotta have you an engagement party. So we decided to have the engagement party at my aunt's house. She kind of wanted to host it, and so we were on board with that, and we had the engagement party. And everything was nice. So that happened last year in November of 2023. So not too long ago, actually a couple of months ago. But then a week after my engagement party, I moved to Houston. Yes, y'all, I'm in Texas. I'm back in Texas. And I always get so excited when I say it, because I honestly, y'all, I love Texas. Like some people may not like Texas, but I like it, especially coming, in my opinion, from a small hometown. I love it. I feel like Texas has a lot of opportunities, not just, for content creation, but I feel like also like career-wise, there are a lot of different things to do here in Houston. And so far, y'all, I've really been loving Houston, and I'll tell you guys a little further in the video about the events that I've got to go to so far, and like the things that have been happening for me while I've been here in Houston. But I really do feel like everything like happens for a reason, and I'm just really excited, about this new chapter in Houston and now living with my fiance. Like we have so much fun, y'all. It's literally like hanging out with the best friend like every single day. And then I just, kept applying for jobs. I'm like, you know what? I want to work in tech. I want to work from home job. Like I wrote down these specific goals in my journal that I wanted, and I landed a job, y'all. So I now work in tech. So I can now say that I'm a Black woman in tech, y'all. And I really do love my job so far. I work for a health tech company, and I work in the sales department. And so far it's been a learning curve, but I definitely think that the more and more I get used to it, like the more and more I'll get better at it and different things like that. But yeah, that was one of the goals that I had for myself. I wanted to work in tech, and I wanted to work from home. And I'm actually, y'all, sitting right now in my little office slash content creator space, y'all, to make like my content creation videos, but I'll also be using this for my office. So this is actually where I work every single day, right here on my desk. And I'm planning on doing another video just to kind of show you guys like how I have my little office space set up, because I ordered like this standing desk that I have. It's white. You guys can't see it right now, but it's white. And then I ordered this chair from Amazon. I got those shelves from Amazon. I also ordered this chair that I never put up yet. And then I have a mirror over there that I have to put up. So once I get everything like set up in this room, I definitely want to go ahead and show you guys. But yeah, y'all, so that's pretty much what's been happening. Like, I moved out of my parents' house and I now live with my fiance. I landed a new job in tech. I'm working from home. So really, y'all, it seems like everything is aligning for me. And like I said, I specifically wrote things down in my journal of what I wanted. And I've just been watching God work. Like, honestly, that's what I've been doing. And I couldn't be happier right now. I guess we can kind of talk about like the things that I've been doing while here in Houston. So the first thing I did once I got here, my fiance and I, we did go to the Burna Boy concert. And that was a lot of fun, y'all. I love Burna Boy, okay? I can see Burna Boy over and over and over again. I feel like he is a vibe, and I feel like he really enjoys just the art of music. And you can tell like he really does love his craft. So that was really fun. And then the second thing I went to was a Camille Rose event. If you guys are into like natural hair brands, then you guys have probably heard of Camille Rose. But they had a tour with Ulta Beauty, and they were at the Ulta here in Houston. And so my line sister and I decided to go to that event, and we had a lot of fun. They had some drinks there. They also had this little like pop-up bus, and they were actually doing like hair, and they had like a little photo booth where you can like take photos and stuff like that. So it was just a lot to do at that event, and I really did. Like I said, I really enjoyed myself. I always enjoy like going out to events and stuff like that. That's really what I love to do. And I feel like back in Louisiana, there weren't really many opportunities to get out and to go to events. So when I see an event, I make sure I'm going to that event, okay? Those days when I was like, bro, they don't have anything here in Louisiana. Like, I hate it here. There's nothing for content creation. But here in Houston, like I said, a lot of opportunities here. The next thing, I was randomly reached out to by Voyage Houston. So if you guys have ever heard of Voyage magazine, they are a magazine. I think they do print and digital, but they have like Voyage Houston. They have like, I don't know, Voyage California, Voyage New York, where they basically spotlight creatives, whether you have a business or whether you're like a content creator in the area. They'll reach out to you, and I think also people can like nominate you. So I'm not sure if they reached out to me on their own, or I'm not sure if somebody nominated me. I was just basically chilling one night, and I got an email from Voyage Houston just saying that, you know, they would like to interview me and they would like to feature me in their Houston Shout Out magazine initiative. And of course I said, yes, like y'all can interview me. And this interview was a little different. So basically they sent me like the questions and stuff via email, and I had to respond back with my answers. But yeah, so they shouted me out. I talked about different things about kind of like my upbringing. I talked about places that I like in Houston. I talked about my business a little bit and kind of where I am now as far as career. So I definitely do recommend you guys go ahead and check out the article. I'll leave a little clip of it here, but I also linked the full article down below in the comments, so you guys can go and check that out. But I was really excited, y'all, to be like a part of this, and to say like I just moved to Houston, and someone literally reached out to me like, I think it was like a month after I moved to Houston, I was reached out to for a magazine shout out. So that was really big. So thank you so much to Voyage Houston. That just made my entire, like, I don't know, like beginning of my move, like so amazing. And I don't know, I was just so like, it's kind of one of those things when like you feel like you're on purpose. I felt like I was on purpose, and I felt like, man, like, you know, like somebody is seeing me like doing my content creation, and people are really following my journey. You know, it may not be 100,000, it may not be 1 million, but you know, people are following my journey. And that's to me a huge accomplishment, you know, because I love people to follow me, but I also love to teach people things, and I love to feed ideas off of people, and I love to, you know, help people. That's, I think, the biggest thing. And so by being reached out to for that article. That was amazing for that interview. So yeah, so I'm really thankful for that. I went to a special screening of The Color Purple with Carol's daughter, y'all. Yes, okay, your girl went to a special screening. This was my first time going to a special screening where you basically go with a brand to see a movie. So it was really nice. It was at a theater not too far from me in Houston. So I decided, you know what? I'm going to this event, okay? And I'm going to have a good time. 20 of us, or maybe a little more than 20. But it was this past Thursday, and the doors opened at like 5:30. The movie started at like 6, and they gave us this little carton where we got popcorn. They gave us drinks, and they also gave us a little goodie bag. And in the goodie bag, of course, there was some Carol's Daughter products. I was able to get a good picture, and I posted a picture and a reel from that event, but that was really nice. And after the movie, we just kind of talked about what the movie meant to us, and you know, how we felt about the movie, what messages we got from the movie, and different things like that. And I definitely do think that, you know, forgiveness was a big part of the movie, but I think also like resilience, because I feel like as Black women we go through a lot, and I feel like we overcome a lot. So I love how this special screening of The Color Purple showed that even though there was hardships and trauma, they showed the other side of the rainbow. So I think they shed more of a positive light towards the end in this Color Purple remake. I know a lot of people were like, why are they remaking this? But I actually enjoyed it. I liked it. And of course, Fantasia did a really, really good job singing. So yeah, I had fun, y'all. And I really hope that I get to go to more brand events moving forward. But those are the things that I got to do in Houston so far since I've been here. Of course, I'm on the lookout. Of course, you know, my DMs are open if any brands want to work with me or invite me to events. But yeah, so far I have been trying to get out, and of course I've been going to brunch. And I've been going to different places like that and just kind of living my best life, to be honest, y'all. But I definitely do enjoy being somewhat in my own space now. You know, I live with my fiance, but I still consider this, you know, like living in my own space, having my own content creator. This is really good for me, especially at this age, y'all. I just made 30 on January 23rd. And at first, I really didn't know like how to feel about it. But I'll be honest, y'all, like 30 isn't so bad. And I feel like this is the year where I just want to stay on my P's, you know, my priorities. I want to stay prayed up. It's a time where you learn that you have to kind of protect your energy and you have to move even when you don't feel like you're being supported, or even when you feel like nobody else sees your dreams but you, because you have to just keep going and you have to go after what you want. And it doesn't matter who decides to stay along for that journey and who decides to leave that journey, you know? So I think for me, my 30s is really going to be about me just stepping into my purpose a little bit more, you know, hopefully flourishing more in my business. I have a lot of goals set for myself, and I feel like this is my year, y'all. 2024. Okay, I can't believe I'm saying that. We're here already in 2024. As far as YouTube and content creation, I'm trying to figure out, you know, which way I want to go for content creation this year. I've really been thinking about just recording myself doing like random things. Like today I woke up and today I was like, you know what? I'm not doing absolutely nothing. So I just recorded myself like getting ready, doing my skincare routine in the morning, brushing my teeth, you know, getting ready to do nothing for the day, you know, and just making more like relatable content, or like cooking. Cooking is something that I really do enjoy now that I live with my fiance and I'm like back in my own space. I feel like I'm able to, you know, try out new things more and just, you know, have fun. And I think I want to take you guys along for the journey. So definitely do expect a lot of like short form content from me as well. I'll try to get into like the day in the life vlogs. I don't know how that's going to go, but I'll see what I can do. I definitely do think I want to make videos around, you know, like working from home and like having a routine while working from home, because I think all of those things are very important. Yeah, so that's pretty much, you know, what I'm going to be working on. But man, I just can't believe, y'all. I just can't believe I'm 30. So I feel like my 30s are going to be amazing. I do feel like, you know, I've set a lot of boundaries and I'm very excited about that, and just kind of, you know, finding my tribe. You know, I definitely want to be more intentional about friendships. You know, that's something that I really do want to be more intentional about. So we'll see how that goes this year in 2020. I feel like my 30s too are like the year of boundaries. I feel like I want to stand firm on the boundaries that I've set for myself and be like okay with that, because I feel like people love you and they like you whenever you're doing what they want you to do or whenever you're doing what they expect you to do, but nobody likes you when you have boundaries, okay? So that's something that, you know, I definitely want to, you know, stand firm on, you know, and know that, you know, I will always speak my truth and I will always stand in my truth. And yeah, and I'm just manifesting a positive year for myself, for the people around me. And yeah, it's going to be a great year, y'all. So if y'all could let me know in the comments if y'all enjoyed this video, maybe if y'all have any content ideas for me, let me know. But yeah, it felt so good to record today, y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, hit the like button and also leave a comment down below where the conversation will continue. Thank you so much, and I'll see you on the next one.